Welcome back to Pop Goes the Kernel, where we dive into today's latest pop culture, music, television, movies, and more.
I'm Libby Heckert.
I'm Marissa Armstrong.
And I'm Gabby Mercedes.
So today's episode will include ACA awards, music festivals, movies, and more. So Lauren is unable to join us today, but like she always says, let's get popping.
The opinions expressed on this podcast are the speaker's own and don't uphold the opinions expressed by the Kentucky Kernel.
Ladies, this is the final roast tonight. The Bachelor Finale just premiered. Grant Ellis had his final episode. And spoiler alert, before we go on, spoiler alert for the finale of The Bachelor, Grant ended up choosing Juliana over Latia at the final rose ceremony. There's a huge controversy surrounding this rose ceremony, though, because allegedly he told Latia that they were going to get engaged the night before the engagement.
Okay, I'm happy Juliana won, if you can't tell already by how passionate I am, but, I just don't think the whole situation was handled correctly by Latia. I understand strong, powerful women, but, he's still a guy that you spent how long with? You should kind of respect him, especially when he's making such a big decision. And I just don't think that was there. And I think if he really said that, it would have been aired. That would have been aired somehow. I don't care if it's in a fantasy suite or something. She would have said something in her confessional or something saying that he said that. So I don't know. And I feel like a lot of the attention that should be just shined on Grant and Juliana is just not anymore. And Juliana's so sweet and cute.
I feel like no one's really respecting the fact that Juliana is newly engaged and excited about Grant, and they're all just boo, Grant, why'd he do that to Latia? And they're forgetting about there's actually a happy couple that's starting to come out of this, but they just want to kind of look at the negatives of it. So that's it sucks for Juliana. If I was in that situation, I'd be second guessing everything, and I'd be well, shoot, should I be engaged to this guy?
Yeah, and I know we've compared this season a lot to last season with Joey and Daisy, and I just think, I don't know, with the respect of the show and Grant and Juliana and her family and everything, I just don't think it's been handled well. And the women tell all, it was just kind of I don't know, there's always that tension, but it's okay, but he's happy and your friend is happy, so whether or not you want to be happy, just why
can't you be happy for her?
Exactly.
Now she gets to see all this. She gets to see all of it spiraling down. What about her? She just got engaged. Come on,
Right, and at this finale, they do a thing called After the Final Rose. So they'll bring contestants from the season or past contestants. It's a live studio audience, a live show, and it's filmed months after the actual finale took place. And they recount the events that happened on the season. And at this After the Final Rose ceremony, they had some past leads make an appearance, such as Clayton. And my theory about this, if you don't know Clayton, he was the lead a couple seasons ago, and he went down in history as one of the worst bachelors of all time. No joke, his season was horrible. And I think they brought Clayton on to basically show their audience, remember how bad this guy was? You don't hate Grant because this guy sucks even worse. And they also showed Charity, who and I think they're remember how much you guys love Charity? Do that with Grant. So I think they're trying to hide how horrible of a bachelor Grant was.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I'm going to be honest, I guess I must have not watched this season of Clayton because I sent it in our podcast group chat. I was oh my God, guys, look at this guy. He's the next bachelor. They announced it. But no, I guess I wasn't that big of a fan as I thought I was. But I don't know. I've heard from a lot of people this season was a flop for them.
Yeah, and continuing on in Bachelor Nation, we've talked about Bachelor in Paradise coming back. I'm very excited about it. Except at this After the Final Rose ceremony, they announced something different about this season of Paradise. The golden contestants will be joining the regular contestants on the beach.
You're kidding.
They will be joining. So not only will we have a mixture of young adults, we will also have the older generation of people that have competed on the golden seasons before. And I think that is disgusting. I think that's horrible. I better not see any mingling on the beach between these different things. But I don't know why they're including golden contestants, because they've only had one season of The Bachelor and one season of The Bachelorette. Like, they all know each other. Like, it's not really a different pool. Like, because the upsides of Paradise are you get different seasons interacting with different seasons. So I'm not happy about that. How do you feel about the Goldens joining the beach?
I am telling you all, it is like the equivalent of me being on this beach with my grandma. I'm sorry, I don't want to be finding love with my grandma sitting in the same, like, villa as me. I couldn't imagine that. I don't, like you said, Marissa, I don't want to see any mingling. I don't want to see the extremely older, extremely younger couples, because, guys, come on. That is not what this is about.
It's just like, oh, it's so cute that they did these seasons. Oh, so cute. Love, warm heart, so cute. But, like, I'm sorry, but maybe there are some guys that want to be with some people that are as old as my grandma. Like, whenever this show, it was like sign up to be the next Bachelorette. If you know, they have that, or the Golden Bachelorette, they have that commercial. I was like, Grandma, I'm gonna sign. Like, we were joking with my grandma, we were gonna sign her up. So, like, I can't imagine, like, somebody like the age of Grant, like, that's scary. Like, are they gonna get the respect that they deserve at Paradise?
Bro, I don't know. I don't want to see it. I feel like almost the younger adults are gonna use the Goldens as, like, mentors.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
And I think it's gonna make me uncomfortable. Just overall, I think this is gonna be a crazy but uncomfortable season.
And I feel like there's gonna be a, like, grandma that walks in and somebody's gonna be, like, expecting it to be like Bombshell Maria, like, in the middle of the season, and then it's gonna be grandma, and they're gonna be like, darn it, like, darn it, what? We'll see.
So we've talked about true crime before on the podcast. Let's circle back to it a little bit with some new true story series. In particular, Netflix just released their limited series called Adolescence, dropped on March 13th, and let me tell you guys, I was obsessed with it. It's about 13-year-old Jamie Miller, who is arrested for being involved in a murder of his classmate. It's not necessarily a true story. However, it is based off of the knife epidemic that is apparently going on in the United Kingdom, which I did not know about until literally this movie. But Owen Cooper plays Jamie Miller, and he blew it out of the water. That's been the biggest thing I've heard. But it's more of like a combination of stories, the series is. Kind of tying into, he's 13 years old. He's accused of murdering his classmate, Katie Leonard, with a knife. They're trying to figure out, like, he's saying he's innocent, and it goes through kind of his journey through his case. They put him in, like, I don't want to say a madhouse, but that's what they said in the series, but it's more like an asylum, kind of trying to evaluate him, trying to figure out, like, you are 13 years old. This is a heinous crime. You can't even get out on bail. It is so bad. So the creator came out to address on March 31st, saying that Jamie Miller's casting had nothing to do with race, because that has been the controversy. There's always going to be controversy. That was the big one, because it is a white young male being accused of such a heinous murder. Me personally, I thought the casting choice was great. He played a great murderer that didn't really come to the surface. Has anybody seen it?
I feel like for casting those types of shows, it really takes a lot of thought for that, because, I mean, you're portraying a very serious role. So I feel like I don't know, just like, I have so much respect for anybody that's in those roles, because that's like a whole mindset you have to get into. But I personally haven't watched it. It's definitely something I want to watch, because I love my true crime stuff, and I love the shows that go through, like, the trial and the interrogation and the whole, like, the prison thing. I love that, so I'm definitely gonna have to give it a watch.
It is so good. But on the topic of kind of strategic casting. My girl Ellen Pompeo, she played Meredith Grey on Grey's Anatomy. Love her so much. Recently is starring in a new true story series called A Good American Family.
I see this all over TikTok.
All
Me
over
too.
TikTok, next to like a slime video. Or
the Subway Surfers?
You know, yeah.
But this is based on a true story. It follows the adoption of a child named Natalia Grace, who is played by Imogen Faith Reed. Honestly, I don't think they could have picked a better girl to cast.
Oh, 100%. Like, the way she's been portraying Natalia Grace's character is so amazing. And, like, she studied Natalia, like, how she acted and everything. So amazing. She's doing a great job.
It's so odd to see, like, how, like, she really studied that, but it's so odd to see these other stars who are, like, making appearances in it. In particular, Ellen Pompeo. She's been known for Grey's Anatomy. I'm so happy that she's finally kind of getting away from that a little more. But they Ellen Pompeo and Mark Duplass both co-starred as the parents, Christine and Michael Barnett. And they honestly portrayed their roles so well. Like, I'm watching the videos on TikTok, and they are like those parents who are like, the mom is like, oh, something's off, there's red flags going up all the time, and then the dad's like, oh, but she's my little sweetheart, she's such a daddy's girl. Like, seeing the kind of manipulation and then the figuring out what she's doing. I literally am obsessed. Next episode comes out on April 2nd. We're going to be giving that a watch. Libby, this seems something that's like right up your alley.
Yeah, all of the episodes that I've seen and scenes that I've seen on TikTok, this is definitely one of those documentary series shows that gives me a little bit of the creeps. I don't know what it is about it, but it like scares me a little bit. And it's kind of crazy because like, again, this is a real thing that happened, and like never in a million years would I think of something like this actually happening. But the actors and actresses in this show, from all the clips I've seen, I mean, it's great. And like, you know, the just mind of the mom and like how like kind of crazy she gets throughout it because she's like, no, something's wrong, is portrayed perfectly.
Yeah, I actually knew about this case before the show. I'd been following it. Me too. But what I didn't realize was like that she actually was a kid. For some reason in my mind, I thought Natalia, like, she actually was lying and I was in the perspective of the mother. But now that this show's kind of come to light, I'm like, oh my God, like, this mother kind of brainwashed all of us into convincing us that her child was an adult when she was a child.
And it's so odd because I've also heard this story before, so getting to see that it's turned into a true story, kind of like crime type of series, it's insane because you see these things and you, especially if you know the story, like I would have never known that she was a child all along because they portrayed it so well that she wasn't, and she does all these crazy things, and it's oh my gosh, it gives me chills even thinking about it.
Yeah, like all the stuff I see on TikTok with all of, you know, the episodes, it'll go into like a documentary that has come out about it, and I've seen the interviews of Natalia, and it's like, you know, she did do a DNA test to see her actual age, and it's like, wait, I totally thought she was not a child, but it's like, wait, what actually is going on? Like, this is all crazy. Like, what's the truth? Because I don't know what to believe because the acting's so good, but then there's a DNA, like, what is happening? What is happening?
It's insane. This kind of poses the question, though, are we liking these like true story series? Think of like, if you think away from documentaries like the Ruby Frankie documentary or the Menendez brother trial, that was this like long documentary, more so the story behind it, like they had Monsters.
Yeah, see, like I loved the show Monsters, loved it. Actually, I loved the first few episodes of it until we got to the trial. I hated it because I think they're good to like shed light on the cases and the things that happen, but I feel like even the Jeffrey Dahmer case, I feel like it gets kind of taken out of perspective and more into like the director's eyes and what the conspiracies are, and so then it leaves the audience thinking like that's the truth. Like even with the Monsters docu-series, it was like in the journalist's eyes by the end, and that wasn't the truth at all. That was like things people were assuming and making up. So it's like I like it to a point, but then it puts out a false narrative that I'm like, wait, again, what's the truth? Like, there's, like I said with Natalia, there's this DNA test, but then there's this great show with this mother who is going crazy that it makes sense. You know what I mean?
I was gonna kind of say the same thing. I usually tend to like these shows more than documentaries just because it feels like a show in a way, but I think that's where its fault is, that it feels fake. Like, they stage it to where it feels like, oh, like, it's just a story. But in actuality, people tend to forget that, oh, this happened, and, like, there's realness behind it.
Yeah, and I think it was great that the Monsters documentary came out, but then the other documentary of the actual, you know, case and the brothers speaking out once they were older came out, so it actually showed what happened.
We've talked about SNL on this podcast before. We're big fans over here. Let's talk about what happened on this last episode. So, Mikey Madison was the host and Morgan Wallen was the musical guest. And in typical SNL fashion, as the end credits roll, everyone will stay on stage and hug and, like, just share about, like, how much they love each other from the week that they spent at SNL. But on this episode, Morgan Wallen decided to walk off in the middle of the end credits right after he got his, like, thank you for joining us, Morgan Wallen, and then he just left. How do we feel about what he did?
I think it's kind of funny how he didn't just, like, walk off. He walked straight towards the camera. So it's like, what are you doing, buddy? But in typical Morgan Wallen fashion, you know, he can't just stay I'm sorry. He keeps going through, like, we'll go through months that are good, and then it's like he does something, throws a chair off of a balcony at a bar in Nashville. Like, but his statement from this was, get me to God's country. So clearly he didn't like his time spent in New York City at SNL, this big honor. You know, he somehow has to make it about himself and do something to make everybody not like him again. Like, it happens every single time. Every time. But I don't know.
It makes me really upset because SNL is such a huge honor. Like, if I was there, I'd be like, oh my God, thank you guys for having me. Like, this is the best time ever. And he just left. And it's causing big controversy on the internet, whether people think it's, like, typical Morgan Wallen fashion or if it was like, boy, what's he doing? Like, people are angry at him. I don't know. It makes me upset.
All right, it's getting warm outside, so you know what that means. Festival season is coming up rapidly. So I'm going to name off some popular music festivals that happen in the spring and the summer. Lollapalooza, Summer Smash, Ultra, Coachella, Railbird, and Stagecoach. Okay, guys, if you could go to any of these coming up, which one would you go to? Because all the set lists have come out. Okay, Ultra just happened this past week, and it's in Miami. I would go there in a heartbeat. Dom Dolla and John Summit, if you guys don't know who that is, that might be too niche. I don't know, but they played a set together. It was so good. Like, I just want to go to a rave so bad. Like, I want to go next year. I will be there before I die, guys. Like, I need to go so bad. Also, I know Marissa is loving and wants to go to Lolla.
I need to talk about this for a second. I need to be in Chicago for Lollapalooza. First of all, Chicago is my favorite city of all time. I love Chicago. Second of all, my entire Spotify discography is going to be at Lolla this year, and I need to go. Like, let me list a few. We have Sabrina Carpenter, Olivia Rodrigo, Gracie Abrams, Role Model, Del Watergap, Wild Rivers, literally my absolute favorite people in the world. So if anyone wants to send me a ticket to Lollapalooza, please let me know. Like, send it my way because I need to be there.
I need my Trina Vega moment and to be in Chicago at Lolla with you. So
Yep.
if you're going to send Marissa a ticket, send me one
and
as
me
well.
too. ASAP Rocky is headlining.
The Colonel.
Please. Just all of us. And Lauren, even though she's not here. She would want to go too. But that seems like right up your alley.
Like, I've always wanted to go, but when they dropped this, like, set list, I was like, oh.
I was
my God.
flabbergasted.
I stopped in my seat. I go, guys, like, I have to go. Like,
Yeah.
this is it.
Yeah. Another Chicago Music Festival, Summer Smash. Don Toliver is headlining for it. I know so many people that want to go, but I would love to go too. But we already know Ultra's at my top. What are you thinking about any of these?
Other than Lollapalooza, honestly, I've been to Railbird. Last year, it was literally headlined by Noah Kahan, Hosier, and Chris Stapleton. Amazing, wonderful. However, I feel like out of all of the set lists I've seen, Railbird is kind of disappointing me this year. It's literally here in Lexington, and I'm not vibing with it. Like, I wanted to buy a ticket again. I wanted to go, and then I saw the set list, and I was like, they're just not any artists that, like, hits me in my core. Like,
I totally agree. I saw the lineup, and I was like, I'm more excited for Bourbon Beyond in Louisville, because I feel like that's more like my vibe, but that's not till later on.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, as I grew up as a YouTube watcher my whole life, we saw the Coachella vlogs, the getting ready for everything Coachella, you know. So that's always been a huge music festival, but do we think music festivals are like overpriced and influencers are ruining them? What do we think? Because I love Ultra, I think, because I love Alex Earl and I love seeing her outfits and I love seeing everybody's outfits. It makes me feel like I'm going, but I feel like I would love to see influencers there, but it's expensive. Those things are really expensive.
It's insane. Like, what do you mean the cheapest ticket starts at $200, $300? You are bringing your own chair or you're standing. If it rains, sucks, it's kind of on you. Certain stuff you can't bring in. They have the, like, refillable water stations. You have to bring your own water bottle. Like, everything in there is kind of super overpriced. At that point, it's not really even worth it. Mm-hmm. Like, I know they also have the different tiers, and that makes it even worse because you're paying for more, but you're almost getting the same as everything else. Like, I'm sorry, I don't really want to pay an extra, like, $400 to be a plus, GA plus, general admission plus, and just to get, like, a tint or something. Mm-hmm. Like, it just doesn't seem worth it to me.
Yeah, and, like, I love seeing all these influencers going. Like, that's my favorite thing because I'm not there. I live vicariously through them and get to see all their outfits. But it comes to a point where I'm, like, it almost feels like music festivals aren't for me anymore. And it's, like, it's an influencer convention, especially Coachella. Like, I've never heard of, like, a person I know that has been to Coachella or, like, the average Joe going to Coachella. Like, that's for the YouTubers. That's for the TikTokers.
For the big names.
It's for the big names. Like, it's almost like a VidCon. Like,
literally.
Part 2, you know? Like,
exactly.
That's what it's for.
Well, let us know if anybody needs to get rid of some tickets, a.k.a.
we're your girls.
Give us them for free.
Please send me to Lala.
Yes.
I love you forever.
MLB opening day was March 27th. Okay, what are we thinking? Opening day was so fun, especially on college campus. I saw so many people wearing their different jerseys. I thought that was super fun and cool, but I wish I was home for it, to be there for my good old Pittsburgh Pirates. But what do we think? Do we think baseball is, like, struggling to keep up with the NFL and the NBA? I feel like, you know, baseball is such a big tradition, but what are we thinking?
I think that a lot of people forget about baseball, but honestly, it's my favorite time of year. Like, just going to a baseball game is so fun. And in Cincinnati, where I'm from, opening day is like a national holiday. Like, it's a huge thing. The Cincinnati Reds, like, big deal. I'll never forget wee little Marissa when I was in the opening day parade for the Reds with my dance team, and we had little palms because we're walking in a parade, and I was so excited we were going to be on the news. I was like, oh my god, everyone tune in. And then they called us cheerleaders on the news, and I was so mad. You could see that it said Dance Academy on our hats, and they called us cheerleaders, and I turned to my mom. I was like, oh, they just called us cheerleaders.
Yeah, there's nothing
worse. I was mad, but I just love opening day. Sorry for the tangent, but I love opening day. Like, baseball is such a fun sport to me.
Yeah, and I feel like it's definitely, like, a little bit of a holiday that's celebrated everywhere, and I feel like everyone's just happy. Who doesn't like going to the ballpark, trying to catch a foul ball or a home run with a hot dog?
With a hot dog in hand.
Exactly.
It's so funny that the both of you say that because A, we don't have any we don't have any MLB teams in Virginia, and B, hot dogs are not for me. In case you don't know, I'm a vegetarian, so I don't get to go to the baseball games and enjoy a hot dog, Marissa. Like,
bro, it's
well, you're missing out. Just letting you know.
I feel like I'm getting major FOMO just from not eating a ballpark hot dog.
It's not a baseball game if you don't have a hot dog in hand. I'm gonna be for real. The semester's wrapping up, graduation season's right around the corner. And for some universities, they like to bring in a fun commencement speaker to speak at graduations. For the University of Maryland 2025 class, they're getting Kermit the Frog.
Lucky.
Yeah, some are considering this a commencement, if you will, and it's in honor of Jim Henson, who originated the character of Kermit. He graduated from the University of Maryland in 1960, so it's kind of in honor of him. How would you react if Kermit was your graduation speaker?
I'd fall in my chair. Straight up, fall out of my chair.
Well, I think it's pretty fun that people, like, universities will bring a fun commencement speaker. I've been to a bunch of college graduations and high school, all of that stuff, because my siblings, I bet you guys have too. It's so boring. It's so boring. And having like a fun little guest, that's I would love that. I would love that. I don't even think it matters who it is. If it's just like somebody different, then no, hey, Eli. But like if it's somebody different, that would be kind of make my graduation even better.
Absolutely.
And like it's Kermit. But on the same topic, who out of anyone, who would you want to be your commencement speaker at your future graduation? Because I know I have my answer. You can probably guess who my answer is. It's
let me
Where's
guess.
Lauren
Taylor
when we need her?
It's
Let me guess. Taylor Swift?
Where's Lauren to Disney? It is Taylor Swift. But I have reason, obviously, because I watched her video of when she got her honorary doctorate from NYU. She gave the most amazing speech to like these college graduates, and I like rewatch it sometimes because I'm like, wow, like it's so good. And she put in Easter eggs, but it was so heartfelt and good. And like sometimes I'll listen to it and reflect and be like, wow, like she right, like shout out Taylor. So I'd love to see her as my commencement speaker. How about you guys?
Me personally, I know Cynthia Erivo, she's done commencement speaking before. However, there's a reason for that. She's so iconic. She has like such a powerful voice. Also, she literally shaved her head for Wicked. So, to me, that's like plus 10 Gab bucks in the book. Come on now.
I don't know. Like, I tried to think of somebody, and I just like, I don't have anybody in specific. I think it would just be cool for somebody, maybe Alex Earlman. I talked about her earlier. I don't think she would give a very good speech though. But someone famous, like coming to campus, I think that's just cool in general.
I'll get Tyler Cameron for you to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be a good one.
Most importantly, one day it will be Pop Goes the Kernel giving a commencement
exactly.
at the University of Kentucky.
Catch us. Yep. Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox announced their baby's name, Celestial Seed. What are we thinking? I love Megan Fox, but girl, I mean, her name is cool. Megan Fox is a cool name. Like, but this Celestial Seed. What?
It's so bad. It's so crazy and bad. Like, I like a little odd baby name. Like, I'm not like Lauren who like is so against it. I like them here and there. This is crazy. Naming your child Celestial Seed. I can't get behind this one. I think it's an insane name. Imagine them getting to middle school and like their classmates like, yo, what up, Seed? Like, what? Crazy.
What kind of whack name is that? I'm sorry. I can't even get behind the different baby names. Like, oh, you want to be like different naming your kid. This is a child. They're going to have to grow up with that name. If I had to grow up with the name Celestial Seed, we would have issues. I'd be beefing with my parents every single day.
Like,
I know this couple's been in the news a lot of times before. They're very controversial, with their blood sharing, whatever, this stuff they do. This is not how you get your name out there again. I'm just not a fan of it.
And I was thinking his drummer, Travis Barker, he has a daughter named Alabama. And I was like thinking if that like could correlate at all. Just like, because that's not a regular, like, I don't know somebody named Nebraska or Tennessee or Montana. I could go on for 50, however many states. Wow, I should know that. But anyways, but like, I don't know. This is just like really out of the ordinary.
Honestly, if you're looking for a way to put your name out there, this is not the route to go. It's been the big story in the news. Let's talk about it. Sydney Sweeney broke off her engagement with Jonathan Davino. It gets better. It gets better, ladies. After the apparent split, engagement-wise, she was seen reuniting with her co-star from Anyone But You, Glenn Powell, at an event in Texas for his sister's wedding. Libby?
Okay, so let me just say, I saw that she was at his sister's wedding, and I was like, oh, so cute. They're recreating the movie because if you don't know, it's about her sister's wedding. Like, cute. Okay, then I see she broke off her engagement. I was like, okay, worlds are colliding. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. I love the movie Anyone But You. I probably watch it once a month. I make my boyfriend watch it. He hates it. A lot of people don't like it. Sorry. I love it. The acting's really bad, but we've been over this. I love cheesy rom-coms that are terrible. Like, whatever. Okay. Well, she was producing this movie with her ex-fiance. And Glenn Powell is there, guys. Like, he is just the work of art. He is. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. Like, I would be jealous if I was her fiance. And all of the marketing that they did for that movie, I don't know if you guys remember, but they pretty much made it seem like they were together. So if they actually get together, this would be amazing. And I don't even like Sydney Sweeney that much. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because of the movie, but
I'm here for the couple.
I know, me too.
I also love Anyone But You. I saw it twice in theaters, and then I have since watched it many times. Such a good movie. And the fact that they're basically recreating the plot is crazy because, like you said, it's about her sister's wedding, and then they're fake dating, or there's rumors that they're dating, and then all of a sudden they fall in love. Like, is that the next step for Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell?
It's honestly crazy that you bring that up because, of course, the rumors went around that, they're going to start dating. An insider told several different news sources, Sydney Sweeney just is really close with Glenn Powell's family. They're not going to date, yada, yada, yada. And, of course, her and Jonathan Davino are not fully split up. They just broke off the engagement. Reportedly, they've been having a ton of issues. Honestly, I'm here for if they wanted to get together because I think first off, they'd be an amazing looking couple. Glenn Powell is beautiful. He is a beautiful man. But I think it's a little interesting. You get caught at a family celebration.
And I'm hoping the media and everybody being all over this will help to push them together. And that her ex-fiance might be really nice. I feel really bad. But maybe it needs to end, and
new beginnings.
Yeah, exactly. She needs to be with who she really needs to be with, and that's Glenn Powell.
We're back with another round of our hot takes, everyone's favorite segment. So for this week, I'm going to say I love the idea of music festivals. I talked about it before. I'd love to go to Lolla. But in actuality, I think I would hate them. I've never been. I think I would hate going to a music festival. It's hot. I get super uncomfortable when I'm hot. And Coachella, it's sandy. I think I'd just be so uncomfortable and gross the whole time. And I don't think I'd like it.
No, man. I love me some good music festivals. Granted, I get hot. I'm not really someone who likes to sweat or anything. But I will do it. I will brave that warmth if that means I get to be in the center of a music festival.
Well, okay, speaking of warm, I guess mascots, you get sweaty. I don't know. But the Muppets, I hate the Muppets. This is a very controversial take. I know a lot of people like it. I didn't even know. I watched the Muppets growing up, but Kermit's voice annoyed me. Whenever I was in 3rd grade, I had a teacher actually name all of us after a Muppet. Each one of us were one of the Muppets, and I was Animal, if you guys know who that is, because my hair was always a mess.
That's crazy.
So I think that led me to not liking the Muppets.
That's so sad. I love the Muppets. My whole friend group from home, we're big Muppets fans. We sing Man or Muppet when we hang out. That makes me really sad that you don't appreciate the joy of the Muppets, because I love them.
I don't know.
Now you all know I'm not totally in tune to Bachelor Nation. However, I am still a woman, so I know about it. Grant is the worst bachelor, and he makes the show hard to watch. It was a disaster. As someone who already doesn't really totally watch The Bachelor, that made me want to watch it way less.
Okay, so I do agree that Grant wasn't the best bachelor, but me personally, a big reason why I watch these shows is because of the drama of the cast. You could have liked it more if you like dove deeper into all the women that were in it and all the drama and all of that. Like, I love that. Like, Grant was actually so annoying to me every time he was on screen, but like all the drama behind the scenes, loved it. I loved it. It was great. But we hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Be sure to check us out on our website at kykernel.com.
And follow us on all social media platforms. That's X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify.
Thanks for tuning in to Pop Goes the Kernel. See y'all next week.
Pop